Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot card channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem and in today's pick card reading we're going to be discussing your future love predictions. So in pick card readings you can view them how you like, you can watch the whole video, or you can watch whatever pile catches your eye. As long as you take what resonates and leave the rest, know that the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection, it's about showing you the different options you have, and of course it's for entertainment purposes. So don't take anything too seriously, know to trust yourself, trust your intuition, and you have your own free will. So if you'd like to take part in voting for what title and thumbnail we do next, make sure to follow me and keep an eye out for those polls. And let's hop into the pile selection. So for the pile selection, we have 3 piles. The first pile is of this handsome guy holding a bouquet of flowers. They look like they're in Paris, Rome, Italy. The reason why I say that is because the architecture, the ornamental architecture in the background. So, and they have like Vespas. So if that catches your eye, he's also holding a bouquet of like tulips, which are white and pink tulips. He's also holding it a little bit goofy, which makes me think of like him being potentially a little bit of a nerd. So if that catches your eye, which is super cute, if that catches your eye, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have a cute couple taking a photo with a confused cat, little kitty, in the center. You just see their eyes. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have a photo of a guy taking a photo of his photo booth photos. That's a mouthful. With him and his, significant other, maybe his lover, his girlfriend of like several years. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into the reading. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading about your love predictions of the future. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. I have a whole website. So I actually added a new section that is super fun on my website, which is customizable reading. So if you've been wanting to customize your own reading, now you can. Send me an email letting me know what questions you'd like answered per deck or section added. So it's super fun. I'm excited for you guys to try it out. We also have a discount code going on for all of the readings, which is Love25 for Valentine's Day. It is going to end at Valentine's Day, so make sure you take advantage of it while you still can. So we do have bundle readings as well. They're pre-made bundle readings. And then we also offer 30-minute readings, single deck readings. So if you just wanted a single deck used, those are available as well. And then I also have this fun mystery reading for 15 minutes. If you guys purchase this mystery reading, I basically choose a deck for you. Interested? That is available. One last thing I wanted to mention is I also am going to have an 18+ extended reading to this pile. So if you feel like this pile really resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, that is going to be over on my Patreon. There's over 220+ readings on my Patreon. So to get the best deal, join now. The price you join at will be the set price for you for the rest of the time you're there. Your subscription will not increase. You can pay a cheaper price than what it may be in the future. I also offer many different tiers. The first tier is called 𝑒𝑔𝑒, and it's for those of y'all that want to just support the channel. Next tier is the Beautiful Souls, which is for my regular extended readings. Then the next one we have is Meow 18+ content. They get access to all of the previous benefits of the previous tiers, but now they get access to additional 18 extended readings. And then my final tier is the OGs, which have access to everything, plus an additional reading every month. So if you want to check that out, link is in the bio. Thank you so much for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about your thumbnail, then we're going to talk about the oracles and tarot, and then we're going to hop in Pinterest boards. So the first thing I'm getting from your thumbnail is I'm getting a guy who could be a little bit taller than you, someone who maybe is a little bit more clean shaven or has like a bit of a prickly, like new incoming beard. Someone who could be a little bit taller, someone who could be a little bit nerdy, well dressed. And also I'm getting like in the background, maybe like meeting this person while traveling, or maybe traveling with this person while you're in a relationship with them, maybe specifically like Rome, Paris, or Italy, or somewhere where there's Vespas and a lot of ornamental architecture. And maybe there's like, or maybe like more general, maybe like a city where there's bikes, there's, like those scooters, city bikes. So this person could also be someone to buy you flowers, maybe specifically tulips, or just a bouquet of nice flowers. And I think they could also be a little bit nervous on this date. So that's what I'm having with your thumbnail. Let's hop into your reading. So the overall message I want to say for you, pile 1, is this is a very positive message. I want to let you know that you do not need to worry. You don't need to worry. Everything is working out the way it needs to. If you needed a confirmation, pile 1, this is your confirmation. You don't need to worry. I think the biggest thing that we are getting is what your predictions are, is that beautiful, wonderful, fun, romantic love and healthy love is coming your way. You could be at this moment, maybe you've been through a difficult heartbreak, maybe you've had some regrets, maybe some past situations have worn you out. And this is a message saying, don't give up. You don't need to fight for love. Let it come to you when it's ready. And it will come when you least fucking expect it. Sorry for cursing, but it's like it will come when you least expect it. When you're finally focusing on yourself, when you're finally, putting that off to the side and not worry too much about it, not chasing it, building up your own garden and letting the beautiful butterfly come to you. I think you are attracting a very handsome individual. If you're into women, a very beautiful individual, someone you're very attracted to, someone who's hot. I think you are hot. I think this person is going to find you hot. I think if you are single, you are, coming to the point where you are ready to mingle. I think this connection is going to be very seductive. This person's going to be, very in love with you. You are going to be very in love with this individual. It's going to feel like the Two of Cups. It's going to feel like a very soulmate type of connection. I don't like to use the word soulmate or twin flame because I'm not trying to, encourage the thought of, oh my God, this person's my soulmate. I can't leave them even though they're, hurting me or, disrespecting me. That's not what soulmate or twin flame means. It just means that this person was meant to come into your life for a reason and to teach you something. That could be for some of you, and for some of you, a soulmate could also be someone that you stay with for, a long period of time, and a relationship that's always growing and healing. So, of course, take it how it resonates. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I think when you least expect it, you have been asking the universe for an individual, and the universe is like, girl, I hear you. It's coming in. It is coming in. And I think what this is really asking of you, it's like the universe is almost like, I want to bring this connection into you and for you very soon, but there are some unresolved things still lingering around. And the universe is like, I want to bring this connection in, but I don't think this is ready to resolve because there are some unclosed doors still open. That if I were to bring this connection in for you right now, it wouldn't work out because of the lingering residue of past connections and the hurt of past connections, some unresolved potential trauma. So, my beautiful bio ones, talk about it. So I think the first thing that we're getting is this connection is going to require, a healthy sense of compromise. Not self-sacrificing yourself, not, putting all your needs aside for your partner, but in a healthy way of being like, okay, how could we meet in the middle of this compromise? So the biggest example that I can give is off of my own relationship, right? I've had to go through a lot of different compromises with my own relationship. So for example, let me think of one. When we're talking on the phone, right? A big trigger of mine, a big trauma of mine is not being heard and not being listened to, because that was something I grew up in my own childhood where my parents wouldn't really listen to me. And it was always like I was being talked over. So a big trigger of mine is when I'm on the phone, I don't like to be talked over. So for a way for me and him to meet in the middle is what we discussed is, when I'm talking, I would like to be, finished to my last sentence. And then when you're talking, I'll let you finish. We pass around the talking stick, and that's our way of compromising so that we could find a middle ground. I'm not asking him for perfection. He's not asking me for perfection. But, we meet in the middle and we're okay with that. So it's almost like with this 6 of Roses here, this card is like you are becoming the winner of challenges. You are finding a way to win challenges as a team, not as an individual, but as a team, you know, working together as a team and compromising. So it's like, this is in the palm of your hands, pile one. This is something you are achieving and you're working towards. And the universe wants you to know that you are going to find victory in this, in this aspect. I'm going to read more into this card in a second, but let's talk what we have here with the Five of Cups and the regret and the worn out card. There's a big message here. You could be feeling a lot of regret due to maybe past mistakes you've had. It says, you trigger runes from my past that I haven't let go of yet. I can't stop focusing on my mistakes and feeling regret. Five of Cups, which usually talks about, like, if you've ever seen the Rider-Waite tarot of this card, it's basically a guy looking at spilled cups, even though he has beautiful filled cups behind him. He's like focusing on the hurt and the negative, and it's a bit of victim mentality, but it's in reverse in your reading. So I'm really getting with this card, it's like you're releasing that. You're finally overcoming the past hurt. You're letting go of the past. You're healing from the past and the trauma and the pain that has been holding you back from a beautiful, amazing connection that's trying to come in. And the regret here is like, it's a strong feeling of regret. I shuffled this. I pre-shuffled the deck. I did not pull these cards out. This came out as it was and right next to each other. So that's a big confirmation that you could be feeling some sort of regret. Whether it was some regret from a past relationship, maybe you've, done something that you feel very guilty about and you're like, why did I do that? And I think the universe really wants you to know that you are human. You are human, pile one. Everybody's got something that they regret. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Like, nobody's perfect. Everybody does shit that they're like, why the fuck did I do that? Why did I do that? And you don't need to harp on it. You don't need to be hard on yourself. You are a human being and you're lovable. You deserve love. You are enough. And even if you make mistakes, you deserve unconditional love. And I think with that is, it's a good thing. This emotion, this feeling of regret is teaching you something. It's teaching you that you want to learn and you want to do better for the next time. And you can't change the past, but you can, you have the choice to choose the present moment, right? So the next time something similar happens to it, if you didn't know, you would have never learned in the first place, right? That was something that you don't want to do, right? You have to try things out to see, actually, I don't like acting this way. I don't like doing this, and it doesn't make me feel good. So now I know not to do it in the future. So that could be a heavy message of saying, like, you learned, you lived and you learned, right? If you don't fuck around, how are you supposed to find out? So that's what I'm really getting. And you have the power of the present moment to change for the future, by acting in the present moment. Like, I get to choose what I do in this very moment, on how I want to respond in this very moment, which is, I'm no longer gonna fight. I'm gonna choose peace. I'm gonna walk away when I feel disrespected. I'm gonna communicate my boundaries. I'm gonna reinforce those boundaries. And if I can't change somebody, then I'm gonna walk away from them. And that's it, period. With the worn out, you could be feeling very worn out about that. And the universe is saying, take your time. Take as much time as you need. If you need time to recuperate, to reflect, to look in the mirror, to journal about the situation. I know not a lot of people like this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Talk to ChatGPT, honestly. And, okay, obviously also go to a therapist if this is something that you really want to find guidance and help to recover from these situations. The therapist is the best option. But sometimes I find myself not able to talk to my therapist, and sometimes I do just talk to ChatGPT, and I'm like, what is some great advice that you could give me on how I could, heal this aspect of my life? What are some triggering aspects of myself, And that could be a good way to, and ask from set it to good information. I don't know how to explain it, but you could set your ChatGPT to give you facts and scientific proof, evidence type of information that they research on rather than just seeing whatever's on the internet. So anyways, that could be something that could be helpful. I know some people are not going to like that, but that's what I do, and it helps me because sometimes ChatGPT is really fucking helpful. Like, yeah. Anyways, the last thing I want to say about this is I want to pull out my book. So there's a book here that I always recommend, which has really helped me with my own relationships and healing my own traumas, is the book of Inner Works of a Relationship. It teaches you all the different types of wounds that could possibly impact a relationship. And specifically with this 5 of Cups card and the regret, it's making me think of a specific chapter that is the wound of judgment. So, feeling judged, and it specifically triggers the wound of guilt, that's what this card represents. So, I'm going to pull that out for you so we can read a little bit about it real quick. So the wound of judgment. Previous mistakes, relationship triggers, previous mistakes, rooted program belief. I am wrong, others are wrong. Primary emotion is guilt. So what are some traumas that could have triggered this type of, rooted belief? So the first thing is parental judgment, religious judgment, bullying, arbitrary punishments, spanking, scolding, social judgments, critical or perfectionist parenting, sexual guilt or repression, the unmet inner childhood needs, freedom to make mistakes, healthy discernment of choices and consequences, letting natural consequence serve as a teacher rather than resorting to guilt and blame. So a big example that I could give for you, specifically because I could relate to this, is when your parents don't allow natural consequences to serve as your teachers rather than them coming in and scolding you. So for example, when a kid, drops something and it shatters, because they're a kid, they don't understand that, oh my God, that was going to happen. They just were born on this planet. How would they know? And instead of letting the kid being like, seeing the shattered glass and like allowing that to teach them, hey, let's not drop glass, the parent resorts to screaming, yelling, scolding the child, making the child cry. But like the child didn't know any better. Giving patience and coming from a place of, it's okay, that happens. Now and so being a supportive system. But anyways, judgment-free environment, thoughts that happen with this rooted belief. So what are some thoughts that pop up into your head when you're triggered, when you feel this rooted belief? I should have known better. I am wrong. They are wrong. This is wrong. You are wrong. This is unacceptable. I should be punished. They should be punished. Defense mechanism. So what happens when this trigger happens? What do you do as a defense mechanism? What do you do to overcompensate or undercompensate? Being overcritical of others, intolerant of yourself or others, judgmental of others or you, neurotic, perfectionist, emotionally cold, harsh or cruel in their judgment, impatient, defensive mechanisms, undercompensating, repressing your emotions, people-pleasing, conflict avoider, internalized guilt, prude, striving for approval as a good boy or good girl, pick me, suppression. So what are some common emotional or relationship problems? Being overcritical or overcritical behavior, conditional love, right? You only give people love conditionally when they act the way you want them to. Repression, fear of making mistakes, guilting each other, nitpicking, people-pleasing, restricted, walking on eggshells, keeping score or tally of past regressions, rivalry of who is right or wrong. So how to approach this challenge? When someone feels this way and is triggered, how do they approach challenges? They start by blaming, projecting, harsh judgment, self-punishment, condemnment, or criticize. What is this teaching us? Reflection on choices, their consequences, genuine remorse, and learning from mistakes. So what can you do to heal from this? Replace judgment with natural consequences. Develop self-esteem to face natural consequences of choices without self-condemnation or blame. Develop concernment of consequences. Recognize the arbitrary bias of judgment. Let go of guilt. Celebrate mistakes as opportunities for learning. Focus on solutions rather than errors. Affirmation. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm doing my best. I'm always learning and improving. Natural consequences are not personal. Other people are doing the best that they can, and I can handle the consequences of my choices. And then this also talks about how to support somebody with this wound. So choose I language over blaming. Giving feedback sensitively and empathetically. Focus on the behavior and their consequences rather than judgment label of character. Be a safe person for your partner to make mistakes and learn from them. Celebrate the positive solutions and create a safe haven for vulnerability and learning. Hold them accountable without condemning, but with understanding and compassion. Avoid harsh criticisms. So for example, if like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner has a hard time, they are still learning things. Like let's say they drop a glass on the floor. And your first instinct might be to shame them because maybe that was, the childhood that you grew up in. And instead of doing that, take a pause, take some time for yourself if you need it, walk away, recuperate, think to yourself, journal to yourself, being like, hey, this is their first time learning this. Maybe this is their first time learning this. Even though they may be an adult, maybe they just didn't have the childhood where they were given the space to learn as well. So how could we come from a place of, understanding and generosity or, patience? Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's hop into your Pinterest board. So with Pinterest board, the first image I see here says, I do actually cry in front of people, or I cry at all. I don't actually cry in front of people or cry at all that matter. Maybe you're someone that needs to cry. Maybe you just really need to let that out, and that's going to be so healing for you to release all that emotion and energy out of your body. It says, but Clancy, no matter where I go, things are always going to be the same if you don't change. Wow. That could be literally the universe either, communicating to you or literally, wanting to have this big change maybe when it comes to your relationships. There could be something about maybe Korean fashion. I smell lesbian in the bed. What the hell does that mean? Maybe for some of you, maybe you guys are like lesbian. That could be a signifying thing to let you know that this is your reading. You guys could be very beautiful. You could look like this. Girls just want to have funs. Maybe you just want to have fun. Maybe you just want to live that single era right now and just like enjoy yourself. Maybe also like taking care of your body. This kind of reminds me of, womanhood. So there could be something about respecting, treating your body with care, loving your body. About last night. Yeah. Oh. You could definitely be maybe having some fun chemistry with somebody very soon. Maybe you guys could be definitely having a glow up maybe when it comes to your relationships. I always hope it's you. The sun watches what I do. The moon knows all my secrets. Okay, I know that was short. I apologize, but this is all the time that I have. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you want to see an 18+ extended reading over on my Patreon, we will have that over there. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your love prediction for the future. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. I have a whole website. So I actually added a new section that is super fun on my website, which is customizable readings. So if you've been wanting to customize your own reading, now you can. Send me an email letting me know what questions you'd like answered per deck or section added. So it's super fun. I'm excited for you guys to try it out. We also have a discount code going on for all of the readings, which is Love25 for Valentine's Day. It is going to end at Valentine's Day, so make sure you take advantage of it while you still can. So we do have bundle readings as well. They're pre-made bundle readings. And then we also offer 30-minute readings, single deck readings. So if you just wanted a single deck used, those are available as well. And then I also have this fun mystery reading for 15 minutes. If you guys purchase this mystery reading, I basically choose a deck for you. Interested, that is available. One last thing I wanted to mention is I also am going to have an 18+ extended reading to this pile. So if you feel like this pile really resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, that is going to be over on my Patreon. There's over 220+ readings on my Patreon. So to get the best deal, join now. The price you join at will be the set price for you for the rest of the time you're there. Your subscription will not increase. You can pay a cheaper price than what it may be in the future. I also offer many different tiers. The first tier is called Cutie, and it's for those of y'all that want to just support the channel. Next tier is the Beautiful Souls, which is for my regular extended readings. Then the next one we have is Meow 18+ content. They get access to all of the previous benefits of the previous tiers, but now they get access to additional 18 extended readings. And then my final tier is the OGs, which have access to everything, plus an additional reading every month. So if you want to check that out, link is in the bio. Thank you so much for listening. Let's hop into your reading. Okay, let's hop into reading. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with your thumbnail, and then we're going to do your tarot and oracles, and then we're going to do Pinterest board. So from your thumbnail, some messages I'm getting from your thumbnail is maybe you and this person like getting a cat, maybe getting like, maybe even a baby, maybe like getting like some sort of child of yours, whether it's a fur baby or an actual baby. I'm also getting like just having like a fun time, just goofing off, taking cute photos with either the kid or the kitten, maybe even like a puppy, a dog. I think also just really loving this animal and taking care of it, and like maybe even also bonding. There could be something about that specific type of cat breed. There could also be something about green eyes, blue eyes. I didn't mean to say blue. I did not mean to say blue. I meant to say green and brown, but okay. And then, yeah, so those could be some synchronicities. Let's hop into your tarot. So I think overall this message is a very good message. I think the universe wants you to know that there is good news coming on the horizon for your love life. The first thing what we have is the Lovers card. Wow, I didn't even notice that it was the Lovers. Pink could be significant, maybe pink, a lot of pink going on here. The connection I have with you is so deep and profound on all possible levels. Sensual, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual. I might have to blur that out. So this person could really love you. They could feel very connected to you. They could feel like you are their lover. They could feel like you are their person that they could spend, you know, eternity with. For some of you, this could be maybe a new lover coming in. The reason why I say that is because I was shuffling through cards, and on the bottom of the deck, I saw like heartbreak and potential breakup. So for some of you, don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but for some of you, maybe you guys went through like a heartbreak in the past, and this is like a new person coming in for you, or this, for some of you, this could be a relationship that you've been in for maybe some time, and maybe there was some pain in the past, so maybe some hurdles to overcome, and the universe is saying like there's a lot of good news in the horizon for you and this connection. So I think this person definitely views you as a lover, your other half. I think there could be something about you starting to find a new face of, you know, knowing that you are deserving of love and starting to feel more good enough. Like, you know that you're good enough and that you deserve unconditional love, and you're more than deserving of this. And this could be an aspect or like some interpersonal healing that maybe you've been doing that has bringing you so much closer to, you know, a very easy relationship. And I've been reading this book. I talk about this book all the time. Maybe this will come in a sec, but this book in particular, it talks about once you like heal all the different wounds of the relationship, you finally reach a point of ease, where things just get easy. things get fun, things get, sexual, things just have like, you have fun in this relationship. It's not all about the hardships anymore. And I feel like with this connection, it's like you are getting there. You are so close to reach that, pillar. I think you guys could be in a very healthy relationship. I think this is a relationship that's very safe to love. You guys are, in a very safe relationship where there's no butterflies. There's no, and butterflies, for some aspects, butterflies could be a good thing, right? You're excited. You're, infatuated with this person, which is a great thing. But also butterflies could also be an indicator for, some anxiety, some, what's the word? It's like a trigger to show. Sometimes butterflies can be a sign that you're feeling unsafe or that you're in fight or flight mode because you don't feel safe in this connection. So I think with this, what I'm saying is like your relationship feels very comfortable, safe, and like secure, foundational type of something that you can rely on days end, and something that could last for an eternity. So I'm really getting a healthy love here, a really secure, healthy love. I think this person could have a lot of sexual energy towards you, someone who, you make them want to do bad things. You guys could definitely connect on a whole nother level when it comes to the sex. I think this person finds your intelligence to be very hot. I think also for the future, some predictions we're getting for the future is, I think this person, your relationship is going to be so easy with this person, so healthy, so fun, fresh, and just healing and secure. And this person's going to want to reach out to you more. If this is a new connection, maybe instead of like maybe past relationships, this person's going to want to talk to you more, want to be on the phone with you more, want to hear your voice, express how much they love you and just talk daily, while you're at work or something. For some of you guys could be like hairstylists, or like maybe you work at like a salon of some kind. That could be a very like short message somewhere where you have to wear like an apron. That could be a very specific message for some of y'all. And maybe for the rest of y'all, maybe you guys do something for work, like working as a producer of some kind, maybe like a movie producer, TV show producer. Maybe you work with some sort of shows or creating some sort of content. That could be a message. And so this person, like, is going to want to talk to you more on the phone. Maybe they have more time to talk to you on the phone. Maybe there's more like, love and infatuation and more like dating type. It's like maybe you guys bring in or revive this sense of, feeling like the beginning of your relationship, feeling like you're dating, getting to know each other even more. We have acts of service love language on the side over here. The last thing I want to say, I'm going to read into this card, and then we have encouragement, miracle, surprise. There could be a surprise on the horizon, where maybe this new type of love, there could be a new relationship coming in for you that could bring in a lot of encouragement. Maybe there's like this person could be a foundational type of individual that could be very supportive on your career endeavor. Someone who's always, supporting you, cheering you on. What I'm also getting here, the last thing I want to say that could be maybe a bit of reflection coming out here, it says expectations are resentments waiting to happen. So, of course, nobody's perfect, and it's important to know that your partner is human, right? So something my therapist has always told me is this quote right here. She said, she told me that nobody owes you anything. And you, just like how you don't owe anyone anything, they do not owe you, right? No one can control you. No one could tell you what to do. No one could blackmail you, guilt trip you, shame you into doing what it is they want you to do. For example, if somebody's like, like if you're in a relationship, right? And the person's like being conditional, right? Requesting conditional type of love, where they're like, I need you to call me more. I need you to, you've been leaving me, not answering the phone. It's making me really sad and I'm angry at you. Like, that's a bit of, guilt tripping, shaming, being controlling, right? It's a little bit manipulative. And when it comes to the expression that my therapist said is you cannot control nobody. You can't expect anything out of anybody, right? Expectations are resentments waiting to happen. You can't expect somebody to do something. You can't force somebody to change. You can't, you can't tell them that they owe you something. That's all, manipulation. And it's not healthy and it's not helpful. So if this were to come in your connection and you're like expecting a type of, there's nothing wrong with expecting, a certain type of love, but expect that from someone who can provide that from you rather than expecting that from somebody who cannot provide that for you. If someone cannot provide what it is you're looking for and what it is you want in a relationship, then that's a sign to walk away from that relationship, right? And it's important to ask yourself, what are you willing to settle for? Write up a list saying what I want in a relationship, what I'm willing to work with, right? If somebody, I want patience, what I'm willing to work with is somebody who's working on their patience. What I refuse is somebody who is not patient at all, somebody who gets angry very fast. That's something I am not willing to settle for. So these are the expectations, right? These are the things you want in a relationship. And instead of trying to force somebody to become that and, having expectations that result into resentments towards this person, find somebody who can provide those things for you and walk away from people who can't. So anyways, so that's what I'm getting with that, right? People don't owe you anything. You do not owe anyone anything because this is conditional love. When you have expectations, it's conditional. So I love you for these conditions. So, okay, that's what I'm getting with that. So that could be something that maybe you've been working through, you've been healing, you've been finding more love for yourself. Maybe you've been recently frustrated in relationships, maybe had lack of confidence in your relationships, or maybe there's some elements of self-sabotage, fear, or ego issues coming at play, or maybe even jealousy coming at play. And these could be things that you are no longer holding on to. These could be things that you are letting go in the past. You are releasing. You are no longer carrying with you because you know that these things, you could learn from these things, you could heal from these things, you could set better boundaries with these things, but you're no longer holding on to the pain of these things. You are letting go and healing these things, leaving these things in the past. So that's what I have with the overall message of your reading. I want to look up what the producer card says. So the producer is the magician card. It says this behind the scenes master of the orchestration has been keen ability to see the potential magic of any situation and turn it to gold. With unlimited resources, refined intuition, and a little bit manipulation, she pulls out the stops to delegate the world, unveiling a seamless manifestation of all we could ever dream possible right before your eyes. It says behind the scenes, resourcefulness, magic, creation, orchestration. So that's so interesting that I mentioned manipulation, and this card talked about manipulation. So there could be something about maybe you healing. The love is not like career, right? With career, we find ways to persuade people. We find ways to, incline people to, choose our things, choose our products. In a helpful, healthy way, right? Not in like a, toxic way. But sometimes people could view that as manipulation, right? And so for some of you, maybe this is something, maybe some of you guys are very career oriented. Maybe you've been having a hard time finding love. And when it comes to love, that is the last thing you want to do, is force somebody or manipulate somebody into, anything, right? It doesn't work out. It ends up breaking at the seams. It's not something that is productive. So when it comes to love, with love, you got to approach it in a different way. And you got to let it come to you. You got to let it, come to you. You got to let the right person come to you, because when you try to force it, this is when this happens. You try to change the person or orchestrate, or, it can result to conditional things. So for some of you, what I'm getting for the future of your love, I think there could be a lot of aspects that are being left in the past. And you're going to have a lot of an easier time with your love. A lot of good news, a lot of hopeful excitement and good days and new memories coming your way. And I think it's going to really cost you some aspects or some beliefs that you've been maybe holding on to. So that's what I'm getting with that card. Let's see what your Pinterest board has to say. So with Pinterest, we have the Rolling Stone. We have a little like a love candy box, like a candy box here. Maybe someone's going to get you some candy. We have Jeremy, why would you even risk it? Because she looks good in a bikini. Can I go now? Okay, so maybe this new lover that's coming in could really find you to look good in a bikini. Maybe they look like this. You could look like Elena. This is from Vampire Diaries. Loving you is a real trip. You guys could look beautiful in red. This person really like you in red. There could be something about the Rolling Stone, maybe specifically this show. I don't know what this show is. I've seen these characters before. I think maybe Glee. Yeah, Glee. Me running titties first into the weekend and leaving this weekend in the dust. Maybe you guys' name is Amy. That's so funny. That's so funny. You could definitely be moving away from the past, leaving the past behind. It says someone's problems. There could be something about Betty Boop. Do you love me with every fiber of my being? Notes from a dead house. Oh, this is interesting. We're not playing around. Humans are evil. The best book I've ever read. Humans are evil is a limiting belief. So maybe that's, for some of you, maybe that's what's carrying on. Maybe you have some resentments that could be holding you back. Oh my God, this is a really good movie to watch. If you feel like this is resonating with you, and maybe this is a movie that you've seen, it's with Jim Carrey and the girl from Titanic. I forgot what her name is. But it's a good movie about these lovers who just can't help but keep fighting. And then finally they're like, I wish I never met you or whatever. And then they like forget their memories. And then finally they still meet up again. And then they remember all their past memories. It's like it comes back to them. And then they realize that, you know, no matter what, they were meant to meet each other. And it's like they start to love the things that they maybe didn't like about each other. And it's a really good movie. And I think for some of you, if that message is resonating with you, I think that could be a definitely good movie to watch. And I think it's important to, you know, to understand that love isn't about fighting. Love is about teamwork, working together, you know, and appreciating your differences. How was your nap after not responding for hours? How did you know I was asleep? To love is to be seen. You're not a member of my fan club. I'm your peer. I'm not your fucking groupie. Interesting. We keep getting maybe a lot of fighting. Or like a lot of like also like crossing of boundaries a little bit. Like speaking to each other in not a healthy, productive way. I try to stay out of trouble, but trouble came for me. Easy morning flow. We have Mac Miller and Ariana Grande. Don't give up, kid. This could be a message saying from the universe being like, don't give up on love. I think this could be, for some of you, I got the dog in me. Maybe you felt like you had to fight a lot. Maybe you grew up in a family that fought a lot. And you don't have to repeat that generational trauma. You could have a very healthy, loving, peaceful, respectable, you know, conversation. Maybe you're opening up the cage. Maybe you're escaping the cage. You're no longer keeping yourself stuck anymore. I think you're going to find your perfect match, somebody who really inspires you to want to do better for yourself, especially with love. We were strangers starting out on a journey, never dreaming we'd have what we had to go through, and now here we are suddenly standing at the beginning with you. And maybe this is a relationship that you've been in for a while now, been together for a while, and like, you know that this is your partner that you want. And maybe you guys been going through different phases, challenges, and it's like you finally met a point where you're no longer having issues. And it's because the wounds have been healed. If that really resonates with you, please go read this book, A Relationship. I'm not sponsored by them. I swear to God, my life. Okay, so your comfort zone will kill you. Eat like this. Okay, so this is what I have for you, my beautiful pile ones. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile threes. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading on what are your love predictions for the future. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. I have a whole website. So I actually added a new section that is super fun on my website, which is customizable reading. So if you've been wanting to customize your own reading, now you can. Send me an email letting me know what questions you'd like answered per deck or section added. So it's super fun. I'm excited for you guys to try it out. We also have a discount code going on for all of the readings, which is Love25 for Valentine's Day. It is going to end at Valentine's Day, so make sure you take advantage of it while you still can. We do have bundle readings as well. They're pre-made bundle readings. And then we also offer 30-minute readings, single deck readings. So if you just wanted a single deck used, those are available as well. And then I also have this fun mystery reading for 15 minutes. If you guys purchase this mystery reading, I basically choose a deck for you. Interested, that is available. One last thing I wanted to mention is I also am going to have an 18+ extended reading to this pile. So if you feel like this pile really resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, that is going to be over on my Patreon. There's over 220+ readings on my Patreon. So to get the best deal, join now. The price you join at will be the set price for you for the rest of the time you're there. Your subscription will not increase. You can pay a cheaper price than what it may be in the future. I also offer many different tiers. The first tier is called 𝑒𝑔𝑒𝑇𝑒, and it's for those of y'all that want to just support the channel. Next tier is the Beautiful Souls, which is for my regular extended readings. Then the next one we have is Meow 18+ content. They get access to all of the previous benefits of the previous tiers, but now they get access to additional 18 extended readings. And then my final tier is the OGs, which have access to everything, plus an additional reading every month. So if you want to check that out, link is in the bio. Thank you so much for listening. Let's hop into your reading. Okay, so we're first going to start off with your thumbnail. I'm going to get some messages from your thumbnail, and then we are going to hop into oracles and tarot, and then we're going to do Pinterest board at the end. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting from your thumbnail photo is I am getting what your love predictions are, is maybe specifically like going to a photo booth, going to a place to take some cute photos together, whether it's like going to Macy's and getting that like cute awkward couple photo thing, or actually going to a photo booth or a place where there's a photo booth where you guys take cute photos together, maybe in like a movie theater, you know how sometimes they have those there, or maybe going to like a mall, or you know, somewhere where there's just a photo booth and you guys take cute photos. Maybe that's like where you have like the first kiss. That's what I'm really getting. And also I think this person, maybe you guys getting very dressed up for the occasion, maybe specifically you having white like toenail polish, because you could see it a little bit in the photo. This person wearing like black shoes, those could be synchronicities. I think this person also has a bit of like rougher hands. They kind of look like an earth sign. I don't know, take it how you will. But that's what I'm getting from your thumbnail. You could also look like those people in the photo. You don't have to though. It could just be the overall message of like a photo booth, taking photos. So now with your tarot and oracles, I think this is when I pulled out these cards, a smile crossed my face, pile 3. I think this is a very beautiful message. I think the universe really wants you to stay optimistic about your love life. It literally says it right here. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I think with this is whether you're in a relationship and been in a relationship for a while now, this could be, you know, talking about you and this person, or this could be a new love coming in. Specifically with the first date, for some of you, this could definitely be a new love, or maybe a new phase to your love. This is going to be a very exciting, fun, you know, easy, fun, happiness, joyful period of your life. I think the universe really wants you to know that paradise in your love life is coming. So I think here are some other messages. I think the universe wants you to know that this person who's coming in, or this person that you maybe already know, is very attracted to you. I think what this new love life predictions, some new predictions that are coming in, is that you guys are going to either fix or mend this connection. For some of you, maybe this is a connection where you guys maybe had some hardships, and it's like you are going to mend those things together. Your wishes are going to be fulfilled. You are going to fix things. It's going to work out for you. For others of you, this might be a message saying your heart is going to be amended, especially with it being in reverse. It's like you may be fixing your own heart, and then this love comes in. Or like this, and it's going to, you know, fix your heart even further to show, like, you're going to be like, wow, like, I'm so grateful that I get to experience this type of wonderful love that I've never experienced before. My hands are like shaking more than usual, which is kind of weird. My hands usually don't shake at all. So maybe this person maybe has shaky hands, or there could be something about that. But another thing here too is the universe wants you to know that your wishes are going to be fulfilled. I think also a lot of money is going to be coming in for your love life as well, which is such an interesting message because we're talking about love and why is career coming out. So give me 1 second. I'm going to look up what the first date means in this card. It says Ace of Rings, which I think is Ace of Pentacles. Let me see. It says the Suits of Rings. It represents pentacles. It says physical, material, manifestations, riches, or outer appearances. It says 7-7 is the number. So there could be a lot of like risk being taken, or a lot of like luck. A lot of luck coming your way with the 7-7. So the Ace of Rings here, this being in reverse, it says first date. All the ideas you've been creating through love thoughts and tender feelings have led to manifestations that you can truly count on. This is a start of a sumptuous new adventure you've been waiting for. Enjoy this period of fun, fulfilled activities and romance. Watch in awe as this budding relationship continues to blossom. We certainly will. It says manifestation, tangible, opportunities, abundance, reliable. I think this, whether it's a new connection or a new phase to your connection, the love prediction is saying that this is going to be very abundant, very reliable. It's going to manifest new opportunities you could not even imagine for yourself. All the visualizations you've been doing, all the manifestations you've been doing, all the hard work you've been putting in, pile 3, it is working out for you. Whether you see it or not, whether it's slowly, guess what? When it's slow, that's when you know it's reliable. Earth signs are a little bit more slower when it comes to the way, you know, specifically with like the Knight of Pentacles, he's the slowest, but he's the most reliable. He is the most, you know, down-packed, reliable individual, and you know that you can count on it. And I'm not saying just for this man or this person, this lover. I'm talking about also your wishes and abundance. It may be coming in slowly, but you know it is gonna be goddamn reliable. It ain't going nowhere. You're building a foundation, and sometimes building a foundation takes time. Rome was not built in a day, right? So what I'm really getting is like, not only is this love gonna be fun, it's gonna be like paradise, it's gonna be a lot of, you know, happiness, a lot of joyful, not taking life too seriously, just goofing off, seeing the beautiful things of life, maybe, you know, living in a nicer place, having the ability to afford the things you want, having exciting dates, being able to, you know, afford taking yourself out on dates, having, you know, a wonderful sex life, everything that you've ever wanted, pile 3, it is coming your way, even if it is slow at the moment. Even if it is slow at the moment, you are destined for greatness. And this is all you can't just wait, pile 3. You might be like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Just you wait. Just you wait until this shit unfolds. You're gonna be coming back and being like, oh my God, you were so right. This is literally, it's like when the doors open up for you and those opportunities are taken, you're gonna look back at your past life. You're gonna look back, not your past life. You're gonna look back at your past and you're gonna be like, wow, look at this drastic change this shift that has happened. And I'm so grateful. I'm truly grateful that I had the opportunity to do so. You're gonna be sleeping easy. You're gonna be rest. You're gonna have full rest. If you've been having a hard time sleeping, you're gonna be comfortable. You're gonna be able to have time for yourself. You're gonna have lazy days. You're gonna be satisfied. And I don't think that this is like from your love life that's coming in. I think this is almost like this love life is going to help maybe be a supporting factor on your endeavor. I'm really just getting like a career-oriented relationship, maybe where both of you guys are like pursuing your dreams or something, and the two of you meet up on that path, and it's like you guys are like the fucking duo of a lifetime. It's like the teamwork of a lifetime. It's like you guys, you know, bounce off of each other, you guys work together, and it's like literally like the dynamic duo. And it's like you might meet somebody who is very similar to you, somebody who is maybe pursuing the same lifestyle that you are. And it's really interesting. It's really interesting, pile 3. So that's what I have. What other messages can I get? I think this person, love prediction that's coming in, I think this person, you guys could be going on a very fun date, maybe specifically like maybe getting ice cream, maybe going out like to a photo booth, taking photos, maybe going out to a fancy dinner, eating fancy food, being able to afford it, maybe being able to buy each other gifts, being able to sleep easy, having your wishes filled, not having to worry anymore, not having to worry about anything. And I think it came from all the hard work that you put in. I think you could be putting in a lot of hard work, specifically maybe when it comes to your mindset, maybe when it comes to, working through your ego, your shadow self, the way your egos, holds you back in many different ways, not taking life too seriously, not taking people's opinions too seriously, and really just living freely and limitlessly. And that's what really, just excels you forward. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. I think you definitely could be maybe traveling with this person soon, going on like many vacations, maybe specifically where there's a lot of sun, buns out, cheeks out in the sun. Maybe there's like some sort of garden or maybe like getting yourself flowers, or this person buying you flowers, being able to afford to get you flowers. But yeah, that's what I have for you. We have a lot of earth sign messages coming in here. We have the Ace of Rings. We have oh my God, the Ace of Rings came out twice. So this is a new beginning of wealth here. A new beginning of maybe abundance. Maybe there's a lot of abundance, not only just wealth, but a lot of abundance that's coming with this love life. Maybe this individual is also, making their bag. You are making your bag, but this individual is also making their bag. And it's like when you guys come together, it's like very abundant. And teamwork, right? I know I already said that. So that's what I'm really getting with your cards. Let's hop into your Pinterest board. So my beautiful pile 3s, what does your Pinterest board have to say for you? Wow, that's so crazy. That's the first image that we got, pile 3. How to change core beliefs. And basically, what I want to say on this is when you finally reprogram your subconscious mind, when I talk about changing your mindset, this is what I mean. Changing the limiting beliefs. When you believe something, you are limiting yourself. because life is not black or white. Black and white are limiting beliefs, right? Life is but a gray. It's all different types of aspects. It's all different types of grays. There's so many different possibilities. There's so many different answers, right? And in order to change your core beliefs, you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. When we grow up everybody's got those, right? When we live with our family, when we live with our friends, we're all creating different limiting beliefs about ourselves. We're like, oh, we are this individual person, right? When we tell ourselves, I am not good with art. I grew up my whole childhood believing that I'm not an artist. I cannot draw. That is a core belief. But let's say you wanted to be a drawer. You wanted to paint. You wanted to, excel in that aspect. By you telling yourself you are not an artist, right? That's how you define yourself, and that's your identity. You are identifying yourself as this. You are fundamentally holding yourself back from giving it a chance. So your subconscious mind is so much more powerful than we even realize. And it's because when you believe something, you subconsciously reinforce it over and over and over again. And that's why it's so important to change the way you think daily, often. So if you think that I identify myself as somebody who cannot draw, what if you looked at it like, I can draw? I may not be good at it at the moment, but I really want to draw. So I start trying. I start, in the beginning, I'm ass. Guess what? Anyone who starts anything, there is no talent. There is no talent. It's just hard work and practice. And painter was shit in the beginning. They were garbage in the beginning. Look at all those kids that start drawing first. They just have kid drawings, right? But it's because they've done it so freaking often that they got better and better and better and better. And then people are like, oh my God, you're so talented. No, they're not talented. It's because they've done it over and over again. They were consistent. They were disciplined. And that, if you want to build any type of skill, all it takes is consistency and effort. And that is how you reprogram your mind. You need to, in order to reprogram your subconscious mind, you need to ask yourself, who are you? Look in the mirror and be like, what do I identify myself as? So for example, me, I identify myself as shy, introverted, somebody who is very smart, somebody who is an artist, somebody who loves, psychology, X, Y, and Z. Okay, now look at all those different aspects you wrote about yourself. What are some limiting beliefs that you still carry? Okay, the first thing would be, I'm introverted. Why do I believe I'm introverted? Well, because I've always had bad interactions, or not always, but had some bad interactions with people. And it made me believe that I just like to be in my comfort zone. That's actually a limiting belief that I hold about myself. Because if I wanted to be, I'm comfortable with where I'm at right now, and I'm okay with being introverted, and that's not something that I want to develop. But if I wanted to, put myself out there more, and I wanted to expand my horizons a little bit when it comes to, being a little bit more extroverted, I can do so. I don't have to identify myself as introverted. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So the next thing we have is, I like coexisting with you. This person could really love just being next to you and coexisting with you. It came so close to perfection, you and I. You're too damaged, and you loved that. Interesting. For some of you, maybe perfectionism could be something that has been left behind. What else do we have? There could be something about chicken, sweet potato. We have safety regulations in the 80s. Maybe you're from the 80s. Crying but productive. Well, so for some of you, maybe I did get a card when I was shuffling through the feelings deck. I did get a card that said also crying. And so for some of you, maybe you've been, in the past, maybe yesterday or the past couple days, maybe you've been feeling really down or crying. And, but you've been very productive, and it's because you've been putting in that hard work. And I think something that I'm getting is your hard work is going to pay off. If you need time to recuperate, if you need time to heal, or to, you know, really just let out those emotions and allow yourself to cry, trust me, everything is working out in your favor. Don't give up. Even when it comes to love, even when it comes to, like, we're literally talking about love, and it says you are working hard towards your love life, and it's really working out for you. Okay, we also have be mine. This person could want you to be theirs. I love you too, daddy. Maybe for some of you, you guys are manifesting someone who can provide for you additionally. We have romanticize your life. Take pretty pictures, feel like a main character, light up a candle, read books, go for a walk, dance to your favorite music. You could be romanticizing your life, making life more fun. I watched this one guy on TikTok where he does sales. Look, 77, the number 77. Wow. Good luck. We have, so the TikTok is this guy who does sales, and sales is a pretty difficult job to do. And before he even though he works at home, he gets dressed up. He wears a tux, a suit, he blasts music before he answers the phone, and then right before he answers the phone, he turns off the music, and he's all cheerful, excited, happy. He's talking to the client, even though the client's like super rude to him. And of course that situation is going to want to make him cry, but you know what he does instead? When the person hangs up on him and he doesn't even get a chance, he gets up and he turns on the music and he starts dancing. He keeps that energy up. He keeps that energy like, you know what? I don't have to let these people ruin my mood. I could keep going. I could romanticize my life. I could show them that I could do anything, you know? And it's such a great, like, aspect to have. And I think this could be something that you are stepping into or you already have. And that type of mentality, that type of romanticizing of life, pile 3, again, you're going to enter paradise. You are going to have the best life, best love life, best life in general. And I'm so excited for you. Okay, what else do we have? Maybe for some of you guys could be getting like a really nice car, being able to afford a really nice car. Maybe for some of you, maybe like being able to design your own home. Maybe being able, again, going out on like amazing dates with your lover, with your partner. Eat cheese and sin, I'm dead. But sometimes our light attracts moth and your warmth attracts parasites. Protect your space and energy. When you said what's wrong with taking care of a woman, she takes care of you. And I said, you had a hard time finding a woman like that these days. Well, you found one. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of giving like motherly, oh, let me be your mom. I would love to hear what you think about that. Isn't he the cutest thing? He never said what he means. Let's toast to you. I think this is a celebration. After all the hard work that you've been putting in, the universe wants you to know that it's time to start celebrating. It's time to start celebrating. You've been achieving so many new things, and the universe is like, celebrate it. The love life of your dreams is coming in. Your dreams are coming in, and it's time to celebrate. And this person's gonna be freaking obsessed with you. This person's gonna love you. This person, it finds you to be very hot. Okay, that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile 1s. Thank you, pile 3s. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see the 18+ extended, that's gonna be over my Patreon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye.